Good morning, everyone. Today we're wrapping up Lesson 1 of Chapter 4, Representing Relationships. Our objective has been to translate tables and graphs into linear equations, and I think you'll see today that these representations can be modeled in a lot of different scenarios. So first, let's take a look at what we're talking about when we're talking about multiple representations of these linear equations. We can represent them in words. For example, the distance traveled is equal to 12 miles per second times the number of seconds. We can represent this same scenario in an equation. D equals 12s, so distance equals 12 times the number of seconds. In a table, we can have a list of time in seconds, 1 through 5, and then the corresponding distance in miles that would be traveled each second. And then we have a graph where we can take these two values and use them as XY coordinate pairs and actually plot them on a graph. So words, equations, tables, and graphs can be used to represent linear relationships in a lot of different forms. So let's take a look at example 5. Chloe competes in jump rope competitions. Her average rate is 225 jumps per minute. Write an equation to find the number of jumps in any number of minutes. Let J represent the number of jumps and M represent the minutes. So we're getting away from using X and Y as generic variables, and we're starting to use, in this case, J for jumps and M for minutes. The equation is J equals 225M. So the number of jumps equals 225 times the number of minutes. Next, we can make a table to find the number of jumps in 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 minutes. Then graph the ordered pairs. So at 1 minute times 225, we get 225 for J. 2 minutes times 225 is 450, and so on and so forth until we get to, at 5 minutes, we have 1,125 jumps. We can plot those on a graph, and we can easily see that as minutes increases, jumps increases as well. It's also important to note that because both go up at an even rate, that this is a linear relationship. So let's look at a new scenario. Paul earns $25 for grooming a dog plus $18.50 per day for boarding the same dog. E, write an equation to find the amount of money Paul earned M for grooming a dog once and boarding it for any number of days D. F, make a table to find his earnings for 5, 6, 7, or 8 days, then graph the ordered pairs. Now it's important to note that we're not starting with 1 here. And what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to try this and then come back and check your answer. So the first thing we need to do is write our equation. So we've got a scenario here where Paul earns $25 for grooming a dog plus $18.50 per day for boarding the same dog. Let's let M stand for the total amount of money, or the cost, and $25 is that standard fixed rate for grooming the dog, and then plus $18.50 per day for boarding. So we've got $18.50 times D. So there's our equation. M equals 25 plus $18.50D. So now let's make our table. Let's put D for days in the left-hand column, and then below that we'll write 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll write our equation in the middle column, and that's 25 plus 1850D, or 18.5D, and then M will be the total cost in money. So now we just plug in our days for D and work our equation. So I'll jot these down first. 18.5 times 5, 25 plus 18.5 times 6, 25 plus 18.5 times 7, and then 25 plus 18.5 times 8. So now I just work my equation and come up with my value for total money. So the first one's 117.50, second one's 136, the third is 154.50, and the fourth is 173. So now we can label our graph. We've got total earnings on the y-axis, and we've got days on the x-axis. You put the variable along with them too. M's on the y-axis, D is on the x-axis. So a couple things will be different about this graph. First of all, we're starting at 5 on the x-axis, and we've got some values that don't land exactly on an intersection of lines. So we'll have to kind of estimate. So at 5 days, we're at 117.50. So that would be just below 120. At 6 days, we're at 136. So I would say that's just a little above halfway between 130 and 140. At 7 days, we're at 154.50. So again, about halfway between 150 and 160. And then at 8, we're at 173. So just a little above, almost halfway between 170 and 180. So in this case, we've taken a scenario, written an equation from that scenario, and we've applied that scenario to different situations where people have used the boarding service for 5, 6, 7, and 8 days. Then we calculated the total earnings for each of those situations. And then finally, we've plotted these coordinates on a graph. And we can see that the linear relationship starts at 5 and goes all the way up to 8 days. Okay, for our last example here, I'd like you to try this one on your own as well. So pause the video, work through problem number 3, and then come back and check and see how you did. So in the scenario laid out in number 3, a store receives an average of 7 new movies per week. So first we need to write an equation. So we could say the number of movies is equal to 7 per week. So we could just simply write that as M is equal to 7W. Now we need to make a table to find the number of new movies received in 4, 5, 6, or 7 weeks, then graph the ordered pairs. So I'm going to expand this a little bit. We've got our equation, M equals 7W. For weeks, W, we've got 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here's our equation, 7 times W. And our output will be M for movies. So first, 7 times 4 weeks equals 28 movies. 7 times 5 weeks equals 35 movies. 7 times 6 weeks, 42 movies. And 7 times 7 weeks, 49 movies. So you can see we've got a linear relationship. We're increasing here by 7 as weeks increases by 1. So now let's label our axes. So on the y-axis, or the m-axis I should say, we've got number of movies. And on the x-axis, and we've labeled that as W, we've got number of weeks. So now we can plot our points, and these are just the coordinate pairs that come from the table. So at 4 weeks, we've got 28 movies. At 5 weeks, we've got 35 movies. At 6 weeks, 42 movies. And again, you have to be careful with your estimation here. And at week 7, we've got 49 movies. So now we've taken this scenario, created an equation, use that equation to generate values from a table, and plotted them on a graph. So your assignment for today is page 273, number 3. Good luck, and remember, if you have any questions or get stuck, please check in and ask for help.